Right now at 6, a man is injured following a shootout with an off-duty McDonald County police officer.
And we've got some clouds already starting to roll in. It's going to be breezy. It's going to be cloudy. Could get a stray shower or storm as well. Details coming up.
Plus, some students in Wyandotte get to test their journalism skills to the next level.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News at 6 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now Monday, November the 17th. Happy Monday. I spent all Tuesday, thinking it was Wednesday.
Yes.
I disconnected from the world. I also, again, those of you maybe just joining us at 6, I want to say thank you to all of the messages that I received over the last couple of weeks. It means a lot. I know I didn't get to everybody out there, but thank you. It means a lot to be missed. And I, again, sincerely appreciate that. And it's also good to be back. And for some of you out there, you're probably going, oh, good, he is back. Wonderful. Others, I'm sure, are like, oh, good, he's back. Wonderful.
You know, I'm excited to have you back.
I'm sure you are. I have no doubt that you are. I don't know if it's sincere or not yet. It's only Monday. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Again, good to be back. It was great to be relaxed and definitely full of a little more energy this morning. And our weather, full of more wind again and warm weather out there once again as well. We're going to start, though, of course, with our traditional look outside. Downtown Pittsburgh, there it is. Looks pretty good so far this morning. If you look, though, you can kind of see some clouds off in the horizon. They're beginning to gradually increase, and they will continue to do so out there. Our camera 7th in range line looks good as well. And then we'll head down to the MoDOT camera at 32nd in range line. And again, during the time I was out, MoDOT, I guess, did some resetting, and they've reset all their cameras. And I was going through them, and the clarity they're much clearer. They look really good. They're all running. It just looks fantastic. So MoDOT, excellent. It was a great surprise to come back to, almost like an early Christmas present, because all their cameras out there look pretty good this morning. All right, that's that. Now on to the temperatures. Some of us chilly, some of us not. Take a look down south. We got Jay at 59 degrees this morning. And then you head north, a little cooler. Fort Scott, Stockton, both as the cool spots at 45. So a mix of those mid-upper 40s, and then we get into the mid-upper 50s the further south you go. So pretty good spread of temperatures. Now between about 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., could get an isolated shower storm really anywhere across the area. So by noon, you can see they're rolling east. What we see will be isolated. Most of us will be dry and simply mostly cloudy and breezy, but we could get a stray shower storm out there. And again, I do want to emphasize nothing strong, nothing severe expected. We're going to go mid-50s to start the day as kids head out the door. We're going to go right about 69 by lunch and recess. And again, for a couple of you, maybe an isolated shower storm as you head home. Mostly cloudy, 71, still breezy out there. That's where our highs are headed as well. We'll go upper 50s by 9, upper 60s by noon, low 70s for those highs, mid 60s by 6. Southeast winds 10 to 15, gusting upwards of 30. So if you're driving a high-profile vehicle, do keep that in mind out there. Now we do have some additional rain chances, in fact, better rain chances a little later this week. We'll go over those details and take a look at the weekend forecast here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. A shootout with an off-duty McDonald County police officer leaves one man in the hospital with multiple wounds. The incident happened shortly after noon yesterday, just south of Powell, Missouri on Highway E. While complete details are still unknown, an off-duty McDonald County deputy, Mike Hall, discovered an abandoned vehicle on his property. Hall then encountered the driver and immediately identified himself as a deputy. An exchange of gunfire followed. The man was flown trauma to an area hospital suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Deputy Hall was also transported to an area hospital. He's already been released. Investigation reveals the car was registered as stolen out of the Dallas, Texas area. This is a developing story. You can find more details on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. The KBI is investigating an officer-involved shooting in Osage County, Kansas, that left the suspect dead and injured 4 officers. The incident happened just before 10:30 Saturday morning when authorities received a 911 call concerning a domestic disturbance at the 1122 South Topeka Avenue. On scene, officers encountered a man outside the residence. He's been identified as 22-year-old Stephen McMillan. Gunfire was exchanged. 3 deputies and 2 troopers fired during the incident. 3 deputies, 1 trooper, McMillan, and a resident were struck. The resident has been identified as McMillan's grandfather. Injured officers were transported to area hospitals, as was McMillan's grandfather. All are expected to recover. McMillan was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities in Newton County began a death investigation after receiving a call concerning a shooting. The call came in just before 9 Saturday morning at 7341 Emma Lane in rural Newton County. On scene, authorities found a man dead from an apparent gunshot wound. He has been identified as 51-year-old Ernest Darby. Darby lived at the residence. At this time, no arrests have been made, but the investigation is ongoing. An autopsy has been scheduled for later this week. A shift from President Trump last night. In a social media post, the president wrote, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files, adding it's time to move on. The House is set to vote tomorrow on a discharge petition to force the release of all Justice Department files related to the deceased convicted sex offender. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
President Trump is now urging House Republicans to vote to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, writing, quote, "We have nothing to hide."
They're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having.
A House vote is expected tomorrow.
There are a lot of other people who are involved who have to be held accountable.
President Trump has directed a Justice Department probe into Epstein's ties to top Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton and major banks, after a House panel released more than 20,000 documents from the estate of the deceased sex offender, whom the president previously said he cut ties with years ago. Both Trump and Clinton have denied knowing of Epstein's crimes.
If they have ongoing investigations in certain areas, those documents can't be released. So this might be a big smokescreen.
The president had a public falling out with House GOP ally Marjorie Taylor Greene over her push for the release, calling her a traitor.
Those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't think her life is in danger.
Meanwhile, the USS Gerald Ford now sits in striking distance of Venezuela as the president weighs possible military operations.
It's all about drugs.
The president said Sunday that he may hold talks with Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. This as the Pentagon also announced another strike against an alleged drug smuggling boat Saturday, killing 3 people. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
The U.S. military has conducted strikes on more than 20 alleged drug smuggling boats in recent weeks, killing more than 80 people. We'll have more on this story coming up in World Watch. A local high school is bringing journalism to a different level. Wyandotte High School's yearbook class have started a new monthly newsletter for the school named Barely News. The students have had an opportunity to take photos at sports games, attend school events, and hone in their skills in journalism.
I feel like it definitely does because before I wouldn't put myself out there to do that, and I wouldn't have had the experience on my own, and so having a teacher to kind of help you and guide you with what to do and kind of be your support is really amazing.
A new newsletter will be published every month featuring interviews with school staff, games, and other fun happenings around the school. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Authorities say they've arrested one of Ecuador's most wanted criminals. Plus, a change in tone from the president as he moves House Republicans to release the Epstein files. And Chris has a complete look at your fall forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping World Watch, one of Ecuador's most wanted criminals is now in custody. In a joint operation with Ecuador, police in Spain arrested Pipo Chavarria. He's the alleged leader of Los Lobos, the country's most powerful and violent drug trafficking gang. Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa says the Pipo faked his own death, changed his identity, and continued to run the criminal enterprise abroad, splitting his time between Spain and Dubai. Officials accuse him of orchestrating at least 400 killings and collaborating with Mexican drug cartels. As we mentioned earlier, the Trump administration says it may hold talks with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro as he weighs military action inside the country. As Betsy Klein reports, this comes as the U.S. plans to designate a Venezuelan cartel as a foreign terrorist group, linking it to Maduro.
Well, we do not know what President Donald Trump intends to do in Venezuela, and that strategic ambiguity may be by design. But what we do know is that the U.S. has amassed significant resources in the region, and that President Trump has authorized the CIA to operate inside of Venezuela. The president was briefed by his team multiple times in recent days on a range of options. Those options include airstrikes on military and government facilities and drug trafficking routes, as well as the possibility of a more direct attempt to oust the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro. And on Venezuela, the president indicated Sunday evening as he departed Florida that a diplomatic path out might be possible. Sunday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio had announced that the State Department intends to designate Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization. That group is headed by Nicolas Maduro. The president was asked whether that move allows the U.S. to target Maduro's assets and infrastructure. Listen.
Does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
Now, experts have described that U.S. military buildup in the area as significant. There are more than 15,000 U.S. military personnel in the region, as well as more than a dozen warships, 10 F-35 fighter jets, and the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, arriving in Caribbean waters early in the day on Sunday. Now, officially, the Trump administration says that they are going after illegal drug trafficking. However, regime change could also be a side effect of any action the president chooses to take. This is extremely high risk. It's unclear who could rise to power in Venezuela in the absence of Maduro. It would require significant U.S. commitment going forward. This is all what the president is weighing as he returns to Washington to begin the work week. Betsy Klein, CNN, traveling with the president in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Maduro has been president of Venezuela since 2013. He assumed the presidency after the death of Hugo Chavez, winning a special election the same year, and was later re-elected in 2018 and 2024, though many countries do not recognize his legitimacy. Well, still to come, honors for actor Chadwick Boseman, and we've got your latest Hollywood news. Plus, how's the weather to kick off the week? Chris Warner has an answer to that question coming up. Eddie Murphy shares his career regrets, and the late Chadwick Boseman will be honored in Hollywood this week. Gwen Baumgarten has your Eye on Entertainment report.
His impact on the acting world was undeniable, and now it will be immortalized on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Late actor Chadwick Boseman was known for his portrayals of Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, and James Brown, along with the success of Black Panther. Boseman passed away in 2020 following a cancer battle. His wife will accept the star on his behalf this Thursday.
There's some things that they can't take from us. Laughter, joy, our spirits.
Film Bao, Artist at War is based on the true story of Holocaust survivor Joseph Bao. It highlights the risks he took within a concentration camp to forge documents and help save lives. The film, starring Emile Hirsch, is available to buy on digital December 2nd. 9 months after the death of Oscar winner Gene Hackman, his personal artwork is headed to auction. The actor was a prolific painter and illustrator in his retirement.
He did a lot of his own works, took a lot of classes, worked with local artists, and was able to create quite a wide range of works from still lifes to portraiture and also landscapes of the Santa Fe terrain.
In addition to his art, some of Hackman's treasured belongings, including his Golden Globes, will be up for auction this week. And actor Eddie Murphy is looking back on the roles he regrets passing up.
I was supposed to do Ghostbusters and didn't do that. And Rush Hour. Didn't do that. Oh, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Those are my big three.
Murphy has been acting for 50 years and chronicles his career in the new documentary, Being Eddie. It's out now on Netflix. That's Ryan Entertainment. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Think you know how and why the American Revolution happened? Documentary filmmaker Ken Burns and his colleagues spent more than a decade digging into the era, and what they found may surprise you. It certainly surprised them. David Daniel has a look at their new documentary series.
From a small spark kindled in America, a flame has arisen, not to be extinguished.
Directors Ken Burns, Sarah Botstein, and David Schmidt dig deeply into the American Revolution.
We know that we're going to win the revolution, but none of them did, and none of them knew who they were. George Washington didn't know he was George Washington, that there was going to be a big pointy obelisk in Washington, D.C.
Washington understands the war he's fighting. He doesn't have to win. He only has not to lose.
You get so involved in the narrative of the people of the time who did not know how it was going to turn out that you begin to anticipate each moment as if it's not going to turn out the way you know it did. And that, to me, is the essence of good history.
The filmmakers say they learned a lot making the series.
It didn't begin as a war for independence. It didn't begin as a war to unite the states, nor to create the republic. It was about liberating Boston and getting a redress of grievances, restoring things to the way they used to be back when we were happy.
Crisis changes people. It gave different people different ideas about what they should be doing.
The centrality of the Native American experience before, during, and after the American Revolution.
It gave them a space to make this democracy real.
For the first time in history, people are citizens, not subjects, not everybody. And so that causes, among those folks at the margins, even more desire to participate in that.
To believe in America is to believe in possibility.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The 6-episode documentary series, The American Revolution, premiered last night on PBS stations. Well, now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, you can see clouds increasing. In fact, showers already arriving a little ahead of schedule. We'll tell you where they are and what we're expecting through the rest of our day when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now, 6:22. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 6:24 on this Monday morning, so take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, because that's what I did and happened to notice we're getting showers considerably ahead of schedule. We weren't really expecting them until closer to 10 a.m., but we got a couple of sprinkles here into Cherokee County. We got some heavier rain. It's south of Seneca, just into the southeastern corner here of Ottawa County, and then back on I-44 down south of Miami. A couple other showers, southern Delaware County, and then just outside of our region as well, back toward Mays and Rogers County. So again, nothing strong, nothing severe. I do want to emphasize that. However, we are seeing it a little bit earlier, and we've shown you when the radar does that weird thing where there's not actual rain happening, it's just a radar glip. And initially, that's what some of this looked like, but then it started moving and expanding. So that's what we've got, just a few isolated showers out there, and that'll be the expectation between now and about 1 o'clock. Right now, at least Future Track still concurs with that. By about 1, it should be about done. We're going to be mostly cloudy, otherwise breezy today. Still a bit on the warm side for this time of year as well. We'll stay mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight, and then after midnight, between about midnight and 3, could get another isolated shower or storm south of I-44. But again, this will be confined there, and that's where the chance is. Most of us, again, should be dry overnight tonight. Still breezy tonight. Now, as we head toward tomorrow morning, a couple of things happen. The clouds will begin to decrease, and the winds will begin to decrease as well. And so that'll be pretty decent. Our Tuesday looks good. We're going to be partly cloudy, even at times mostly clear. And then as we head into Wednesday, 90% of Wednesday is dry, but the clouds will begin to increase again early in the morning Wednesday, and we'll be mostly cloudy for the day on Wednesday. And then late Wednesday, after about 10 o'clock, we'll start to see shower and thunderstorm chances increasing across the area, which we will show you in just a moment. As for the rest of our morning, again, from our camera at 7th and Rangeline, those clouds, I've said earlier this morning, if you were with us about 5 a.m., they were going to increase quickly, and they certainly are. We went from clear skies at 4 a.m. to mostly cloudy now here at almost 6:30. Isolated showers, we got ahead and added those in to account for the fact they've arrived a little earlier. So some isolated showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder, nothing severe. Upper 50s to start, mid 50s to start, low 60s by 11 o'clock this morning. I'll go into the low 70s later today. Rain chances are still expected to wrap up by about 1, and we'll have those southeast winds occasionally gusting upwards of 30 miles an hour. Through the evening, mostly cloudy skies. The clouds, again, acting as that blanket, just like it would at home in bed. Keeps it a little warmer, so temperatures begin to level out a bit. They don't drop off too quickly. We're back at the low 60s tonight. South wind still gusting 25, and again, south of I-44, an isolated shower storm possible. Then we go to Wednesday, and again, 90% of Wednesday is dry. I want to emphasize that because when I show you the extended, you'll understand. But after 10 o'clock, showers, thunderstorms begin building in across the area, and these will again start after 10. They'll continue to increase in coverage as we go overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Then we'll have showers and thunderstorms throughout the day on Thursday, eventually getting through all of our region. So we do need the rain, and again, no severe weather is expected with any of that activity either, so that's certainly some good news. We don't need the severe weather. We do need the rain, just no severe weather to go with it. All right, so by Friday morning, shower storms start wrapping up. Future Track is hinting that they might last a little longer, but I think by noon we are done with any rain chances on Friday. We'll go low to mid 70s tomorrow, low 70s on Wednesday, and this is why I was saying, again, this 60% chance is for after 10 o'clock. Because shower and thunderstorm chances should increase pretty quickly after 10, but the majority of Wednesday is dry. Shower storms throughout the day on Thursday, cooler, lows to mid 60s into Friday. Our weekend, cooler yet, but dry, back into the 50s. Hanging on to the 50s, getting closer to Thanksgiving. Also keeping an eye on some rain chances closer to Thanksgiving as well. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. More parents in Texas are getting their kids vaccinated against the measles in the wake of a serious outbreak. A study published in JAMA found a sharp increase this year in MMR vaccination rates among children under the age of 2. The U.S. recently experienced its worst measles outbreak in decades, with more than 1,000 cases, primarily among the unvaccinated. A quarter of veterans and military members who start therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder quit before they finish treatment. Researchers from Idaho State University found cognitive processing therapy and prolonged exposure therapy had the highest dropout rates, and group-based exposure therapy had a lower dropout rate. PTSD affects about 7% of veterans and can raise the risk of heart disease and stroke. Eating ultra-processed food is linked to early onset colorectal cancer in women. A study published in JAMA showed in women under the age of 50, those who got more than a third of their daily calories from ultra-processed foods had a 45% higher risk of developing the precursors of colorectal cancer. Ultra-processed foods include things like breakfast cereals, chips, white bread, soda, and candy bars. This week, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced that after 20 years, it's righting a medical wrong. In a pivotal move, the agency officials said they're taking steps to remove the black box warning on many hormone treatments for women with menopause symptoms. Maribel Gonzalez joins us with how experts say this could change the way we treat women's health.
The FDA is standing with science and standing with women.
In 2002, an outside panel of experts halted a large government-funded study called the Women's Health Initiative, citing concerns that the risks of taking a combination of estrogen and progesterone, such as a higher likelihood of certain cancers, outweighed the potential benefits to study participants. This prompted the FDA to order a black box warning on estrogen-containing therapies in 2003.
Black box warnings on HRT products discourage doctors from prescribing and patients from inquiring about these products. Those fears shape decades of medical guidance, family decisions, and FDA policy.
More than 2 decades later, the FDA is removing warning labels on many medications that could help women mitigate menopause symptoms.
Women have endured sleepless nights, derailed careers, painful sex, broken bones, and a loss of well-being, all because the science was misread.
Medical groups, including the American College of Obstetricians, have pushed for the removal of the warning label.
There's no doubt that women will feel better from hot flashes, from night sweats, from sleep disturbances.
But experts caution that not all hormone therapy carries the same risks.
It's really important that patients have a conversation with their physician about their specific risks. This does not open up, the can so everyone should go out and run and get a hormone replacement therapy prescription.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, the Pittsburgh Public Library says it has way more to offer the community than just books.
And we've got clouds increasing across the area as rain begins to move into the region as well. We'll take a look at that and our breezy conditions coming up.
Plus, some homegrown talent returns to the 4 states for a show-stopping performance.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KWM Morning News at 6:34. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Monday, November the 17th, and a very happy Monday to all of you out there. And I've mentioned it before, won't mention it again, but a big thank you, though, to all those that messaged me and from what I gather, messaged the station as well during my time off. So I appreciate that. It is nice to be missed. It is also nice to be back. A couple of weeks of relaxation. Didn't go anywhere. Stayed home. Changed some doorknobs, didn't do a whole bunch.
But
it was
sometimes that's the nicest thing.
Exactly,
just
just
like when
to
you
disconnect.
travel,
Yeah.
that's sometimes like when the stress comes up.
Yeah, traveling can add to the stress, but staying home, just relaxing, it was pretty nice. But it is also good to be back on this Monday morning on what's going to be, at least for some of us, got some isolated rain chances. It's going to be windy and warm as well. Let's start, though, with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. There are those clouds. And again, this morning we had clear skies. It did not take long for these clouds to increase across the area. Our camera's 7th and range line. You can see those clouds thickening up there as well. We're going to head over to the MoDOT camera, 32nd in range line, and it's looking good. You can't see as much of the sky, but it still looks pretty good out there as well this morning. Skywatch Storm Tracker, take a look. Now, I want to emphasize again, no severe weather is expected, but we do have some showers. They're a little earlier than expected. We were expecting them closer to 9-10 a.m., but they've started now, so just a heads up. Again, no thunderstorms right now, nothing severe. We've got this little stray shower that's northwest of Columbus. In fact, we can get pretty close here. It's just south of West Mineral. Not much to that. The biggest shower we've got, we're going to move down here. This is near Fairland, in between Fairland and Wyandotte, near Narcissa and to the south of Miami. We have this little shower, some heavier rain in there. And we've got another one over here into northwestern McDonald County, near Highway 43 south of Seneca. Again, just some rain building in. We're seeing a few more of these get going. Still somewhat isolated out there, and that's still the expectation. But these will continue right through about 1 o'clock today, and then they should begin to clear out for us. Temperatures this morning, down to the south and west, take a look at Bonita, now at 60 degrees this morning. We got mid-upper 50s out there, and then you head further north, we got low mid-40s, and Fort Scott looks to be the cooler spot at this point, sitting at 46 degrees. Showers, isolated showers, couple of thunderstorms possible between now and about 1, and then they'll start to roll out of the area. It will be mostly cloudy and, again, breezy across the area as well as we head through the afternoon and evening hours out there. Kids heading out the door, I did not update this just yet, but just be aware that you could get caught under a little shower, maybe a rumble of thunder. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, breezy, mid-50s, upper 60s by lunch and recess, and low 70s as kids head home today. It's where our highs, of course, are headed. A couple of showers out there, upper 50s by 9. Some isolated thunderstorms wrapping up or getting close to wrapping up by noon, 69, low 70s for those highs. Southeast winds, though, gusting to 30. So, again, if you're in a high-profile vehicle, just keep that in mind. It's going to be breezy once again. Still windy tonight, maybe another shower or storm. Not bad tomorrow. More rain chances, though, later this week. Details on all of that in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Some local libraries now offer new and unique items for checkout. One of those being the Pittsburgh Public Library. KWM's Mitch Adams brings us the story.
Libraries are constantly evolving, and with the changing times come new ideas and projects. Pittsburgh Public Library has recently implemented their Library of Things, which is practical items like tools, medical supplies, and more available for checkout.
We compiled a list of things, and we are kind of starting off small. We have about 25 things to check out, and we hope to grow it with our community's needs.
Bev Clarkson, the director of the library, says that offering these items could help someone find a new hobby without reaching into their pockets.
Now, in this economy, maybe people are trying to save some money, and before they buy something, they want to try it out first. So, like if you want to try out a pickleball set, you want to try a new hobby, but you want to see if you like it before you put all that money into it. So come here and check one out and see if it's your thing.
Although the Library of Things has just begun in Pittsburgh, the library hopes to continue to offer new items to the community.
It's brand new, but we've got a lot of positive feedback on it. But we do need to get the word out there so people know we have these items to check out.
In Pittsburgh, Kansas, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
A library of things is also available at the Joplin Public Library as well. Well, Carl Junction's annual Powder Puff football game happened yesterday at Carl Junction High School. Seniors took on juniors, sophomores faced freshmen, and matchups like seniors versus freshmen kept fans cheering all afternoon. The event raised funds for Project Graduation with $5 admission and dollar bill player penalties adding to the fun.
I hope that the community shows up just to show that they support Carl Junction and they support these seniors, because in order for us to give them a safe night after graduation, we have to have the community support to do that.
At halftime, elementary Carl Junction students were able to walk out onto the field and get special recognition. On Sunday, local opera fans got a special treat as Terrence O'Brien returned home for a one-time concert. A Life in Song, held at Corley Auditorium on MSSU campus in Joplin, featured O'Brien and Madison King with a program of songs and arias intertwined with stories from O'Brien's 17-year career performing across the U.S. and Europe. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Travelers prepare to hit the holiday roads and skies once again. The fun of the holiday season.
Toy makers are gearing up for the holiday season. I'm Bradley Blackburn with what's new that won't bust your gift list budget.
In Consumer Watch, AAA predicts that nearly 82 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home this Thanksgiving. More than 73 million travelers are expected to hit the road, though AAA says that number could change with the FAA announcing an end to its shutdown-related order to reduce flights. As of right now, more than 6 million Americans are expected to fly this Thanksgiving. And Now You See Me 3 levitated to the top of the domestic weekend box office, conjuring up more than $21 million in ticket sales. Fellow newcomer The Running Man was second with $17 million. Predator Badlands fell to the third spot with $13 million. The holiday shopping season is upon us, and experts say right now is prime time for toy buying. Bradley Blackburn has a look at what's new and affordable this year, and best of all, fun.
You ready to race?
I'm ready.
Amazing.
In this year's race for top toys, Marissa Silva is just the person to give you a head start.
Pull the trigger on the back. Oh, wow.
The Toy Insider's editor-in-chief shared some favorites, like this $30 Hyperburst set. Kids build the track and battle on it, knocking mini cars off.
I love that two kids can play at the same time too, like right out of the box, which is awesome.
This season, with Wicked for Good popping into theaters, expect tie-ins including this Glinda vanity kit to cast a spell for many kids. Say the magic words, you've been Glindified. And it transforms.
This whole thing pops up and kids can put in all their little accessories.
Oh my gosh, my
and do their
daughters would
makeup.
love this.
It's really cute, really interactive and engaging.
Another highlight,
Pick a color for me.
this Crayola tool that turns almost any marker into an airbrush.
Washable, wireless, nice and easy, and $19.99.
Many shoppers are hunting for deals, but Silva says if you need something specific, waiting for sales means taking a risk.
When it comes to sales, we're always looking right around Black Friday, but just keep in mind that the stock will already start to wane around that time. So it's game time right now.
While big ticket items like the Nintendo Switch 2 cost hundreds of dollars, you don't have to sacrifice fun if you're on a budget.
It's always about choosing options that are within your budget that offer really big play value.
Take this simple $20 game, Marshmallow Madness, that makes anyone who plays look ridiculous. I can't do it. I can't do it. One sweet idea to help your family laugh all season long. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
According to the market research company Circana, fewer consumers plan to wait until December to do their holiday shopping. Popular pizza chain Little Caesars launches its first self-service restaurant Saturday, and it happens to be on Rockford's southeast side. The restaurant removes the traditional walk-up counter. The new hot and ready self-service station inside the restaurant allows diners to select and scan items, then pay for their order without going through a cashier. Customers can also place an order on the Little Caesars app or website, go to the restaurant, and grab their items from the mobile order pickup zone. Managers say the new design keeps today's customers in mind, with an experience focused on speed and convenience. Little Caesars started as a single family-owned restaurant in 1959 and is now the third largest pizza chain in the world. That's it for Consumer Watch, and now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got clouds already increasing across the area. You can see from downtown Pittsburgh some showers building into the region as well. We'll have a complete look at your forecast and birthdays and anniversaries right after this. Welcome back. It is now time for some Monday birthdays and anniversaries, and we are going to start with Addie Downs celebrating birthday number 4 today. A very happy birthday to you.
Also celebrating is Hadley Horton, celebrating birthday number 12. Happy birthday, Hadley.
And we've got Brinley Harrison celebrating birthday number 17 today. A very happy birthday to you, Brinley.
And Bobby Rolfs is celebrating birthday number 18. Happy birthday, Bobby.
And we've also got Charlie Gideon celebrating birthday number 19 today. Very happy birthday to you.
And Jade Baring is celebrating birthday number 23. Happy birthday, Jade.
And we've also got Terry and Margie Tyree celebrating their 54th wedding anniversary. Talk about a celebration there. Very happy anniversary to the Tyrees.
And Diane Spencer celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Diane.
And we've got Vicki Johnson also celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Vicki. And of course, if you want to celebrate with us, it's super easy. All you have to do is email those to birthdays@komnewsnow.com. Make sure you include a picture because we love the pictures, any messages, and of course, the date of the celebration. Very important because we want to make sure it airs on the right day at the right time. And also important, make sure you meet that deadline at the bottom of your screen. Very important there as well. Also, something that's important is, well, we got some of those isolated showers. So if you joined us earlier, maybe you stepped out, got some coffee, got a breakfast burrito, whatever the case may be. We were expecting showers closer to 9, 10 a.m., but they've gotten underway a little earlier. And as you can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, it's nothing major, but we do have some isolated showers out there. So a quick stop into northern Cherokee County. So over West Mineral, just west of Scammon, we've got this little shower here. And as we head down south, you can see a couple of sprinkles if you look close enough there to the southwest of Chautauqua. We had this one actually had some heavier rain with it around Fairland and Afton, but as it's lifted north and east, it's kind of falling apart, and it's approaching Wyandotte now, just south of High Winds Casino. Nothing major there. The heavier shower that we've got right now is here into southern Newton County and far northern McDonald County, around the small communities of Dessa and May, just south of 60. And then we've got some additional showers out there as well into eastern Delaware County and far southern Benton County. No severe weather is expected with anything, and most of it will be pretty close to what you're seeing here. It should be fairly isolated, but we'll have an opportunity for a shower or rumble of thunder really anywhere across the area between now and about 1 o'clock this afternoon before those will begin to clear on out. And the future track agrees with that. And you can see by noon, anything we have now pushing off to the east of I-49. And again, after we get past about 1, that's it. We'll have mostly cloudy skies otherwise, still somewhat mild. We are going to be breezy across the area as well. As we go overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning after midnight, could get another isolated shower storm south of I-44. But again, most of us dry, still breezy. Now through the day Tuesday, clouds will clear out a bit. We'll go partly cloudy, maybe even mostly clear, and we won't be nearly as windy. However, as we head into Wednesday, clouds will begin to increase again. Most of our Wednesday is dry, but once we get past about 10 o'clock Wednesday night, we'll start to see increasing shower and thunderstorm chances out there. As you can see, cloudy skies already building into the Joplin area as well. We're going to start in the mid-50s, low 60s by 11. Those isolated showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder out there as well. Got another look at your forecast and your wake-up recap in just a moment. And when we transition to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., some local libraries are now offering new and unique items for you to check out. Got a look at the growing trend of the libraries of things. That and more at 7 a.m.
This is your Wake Up Recap for November 17th, your top stories to start your day. A shootout with an off-duty McDonald County deputy leaves one man in the hospital with multiple wounds. It happened Sunday afternoon just south of Powell, Missouri. An off-duty McDonald County deputy, Mike Hall, discovered an abandoned vehicle on his property. Hall then encountered the driver and immediately identified himself as a deputy. An exchange of gunfire followed. The man was flown trauma to an area hospital suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Deputy Hall was also transported to an area hospital where he was released. This is a developing story. Authorities in Newton County began a death investigation after receiving a call concerning a shooting Saturday morning. On scene, authorities found a man dead from an apparent gunshot wound. He has been identified as 51-year-old Ernest Darby. The investigation is ongoing and an autopsy has been scheduled for later this week. That's Check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And taking a look at that forecast for you today. Again, could get an isolated shower storm between now and about 1 o'clock. Otherwise, we're mostly cloudy, breezy, low 70s out there. Those southeast winds gusting upwards of about 30 miles an hour. Then we head through the evening. Mostly cloudy, should be dry through the evening hours. And with those clouds, we stay a little warmer. Temperatures leveling out. Eventually low 60s tonight. And then along and south of I-44 between about midnight and 3 a.m. could get another isolated shower storm. No severe weather is expected, and anything we see tonight is going to be very isolated out there. South winds, though, still gusting to 25 miles an hour. As we head into our Tuesday, we'll have the winds ease up. We'll have the skies clear out. We'll go low mid 70s out there. And then Wednesday, and again, I want to emphasize, the majority of our Wednesday is dry. It'll be after 10 o'clock that we'll see shower and thunderstorm chances increase. They should increase pretty quickly. Again, no severe weather expected, but they'll overspread the area pretty quickly. Low 70s on Wednesday, mid 60s, low 60s even for Thursday and Friday. Showers and storms throughout the day on Thursday, wrapping up in the first half of our Friday. A little cooler this weekend, and then we'll have more rain chances that we're watching getting closer to Thanksgiving, so just something we'll continue to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's definitely going to start to feel a little bit more like fall.
Start to feel a little more like November. I mean, we did get a little taste of it last week, but wow, yeah, it's been pretty warm.
Well, thanks, Chris. Coming up today at noon, we're making creamy baked onions in a Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Thanksgiving, as we've discussed, is right around the corner. Coming up on CBS Mornings, where to find deals at the grocery store for your holiday feast and how to use AI to save you time and money.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, we have organizers with Fort Scott's Christmas on the Bricks in the studio to tell us about the upcoming holiday festival.
Plus, cast members with Pittsburgh High School's production of Hadestown Teen Edition. Join us with the details on that. However, it's going to do it for now. We're back today at noon.